Hey guys, this is Howard Ubertech back with another video. Today's video is going to be the review of the SIG P365. Before we get started, I'd like to ask everybody to please subscribe. Every subscriber helps the channel grow. And now let's get back to the video. So the one thing I wanted to say before we go into the review is that this handgun had some issues in the beginning when it first was released. Apparently the strikers were breaking, and that was because the strikers weren't heat treated correctly. So SIG said that they only had like 0.08% of P365s returned. So it's a pretty low percentage. As of today, this issue has been resolved. So now that that's out of the way, let's get on with the video. So first we're going to show that we're clear. Nothing there. And we're empty. Great. So what we're going to do is going to go over all the features from front to back. And we're going to start off with the barrel, which is a 3.1 inch carbon steel barrel. Next is the X-Ray 3-day night sight. They're nice and big. You can see that nice big green dot in the front. And in the rear, they have the two smaller dots, and they also illuminate at night. I really like this sight, and it makes it easy to acquire your target. Next, we have the proprietary rail here, and that's usually a negative because it makes it harder for third parties to make accessories for proprietary stuff. And in this case, because this is such a popular handgun, there's a ton of stuff out there that works with the proprietary rail. In my personal opinion, I don't think I would ever attach anything to such a small handgun, so it's a non-issue for me. Next, we have the forward slanted front and rear side serrations. They're nice and deep and provide plenty of grip. So this way, if you want to press check or if you just want to rack the slide from the rear, it'll work fine. I really like how deep they are and how easy it is to get a grip on the slide. Next is the loaded chamber indicator right here, and it's just visual. I wish it had a physical indicator, so this way if you're in complete darkness, you just run your finger over something that's popped up and you can actually tell that there's a round in the chamber. That would be nicer. And then the mag release right here, it's just basic, nothing bad and nothing that great about it. One thing to note is that you could swap this mag release to the other side if you like. Next is the grip texture, and the grip texture is really nice. I like it, feels good in hand. The only thing I wish was different is that there was more of it. So I wish they had some of the grip texture here and even around here and on this side. This way you get more friction up where your thumb is and near your trigger finger. The other thing to note about this grip texture is that it's not rough enough where it would start creating holes in your shirt or anything like that. And that's important because if you're going to CCW this, it's important that it's not going to tear up your clothing. This also comes stock with two 10-round mags, one with a flush and one with a pinky extension. In my opinion, the pinky extension is the only way to go because when it has the flush mag in there, my pinky hangs off the edge and it just feels more comfortable with the pinky extension. They also make a 12-round mag and a 15-round mag. And so in my opinion, I feel as though the 12-round mag is the sweet spot because it provides a really nice grip and your pinky's not going to fall off. And it also gives you 2 more rounds, and it's also not too big. So if you go with the 15-round mag, as you can see when you put the 15-round mag in there, it does make it a lot higher as far as the height is concerned, and that makes it a little bit harder to conceal. So 15-round mag isn't the greatest thing, but if you want it, they have it. It's an option. Next is the ergos, and like I was saying before when I was talking about the grip texture, I really like the ergos. It feels good in hand. I wish if I changed anything, I would say if it was just a slightly wider, it would feel a little bit better in hand. And again, if they made the grip texture a little higher and in more areas, that would make it better as well. But other than that, I really like the ergos. Next, we're going to go over the dimensions. And so the dimensions from front to back is 5.7 inches. And the thickest part of the gun right here is 0.9. The grip thickness right here is 0.9. And then as far as the height without a mag It's from here, which is the iron sights, to right here. It is 3.9 inches. The P365 weighs in about 1 pound with no magazine. So I weighed the trigger off camera just to save some time, and my P365's trigger weighs in about 3 pounds. Also, it comes with a curved trigger. The one that I have here, as you can see, I swapped this out for a flat trigger, but the trigger pull is pretty much the same. It's just whether you prefer a flat trigger or a curved trigger. And in my opinion, I prefer the flat. So now let's demo the trigger. Again, checking again, we're clear still. So as you can see, there's some take up, and as you pull, there's a little bit more travel, and then there's the brake. Okay, and then here's the reset. There you go, right there. And that's not tactile. Like, you don't really feel the reset with your finger. You more or less hear it. So I wish it was a little more tactile when you're trying to go for the reset, and I wish you would feel it more in your finger. So let's do that one more time. So there's a little bit of travel, and then you pull a little bit more. It's kind of, like I said, it's a little mushy. And then there's that brake. And the reset's pretty short, and it's not too long. But again, like, I wish it was just a little bit, like you felt a little bit more in your finger, not just off of a sound. It's still decent, and I got used to it pretty quickly. I don't mind it. I like the trigger. Some people might not like it. Again, all the things that I'm going through this review, everything is subjective. I might like it, you might hate it. But again, in my opinion, it's not bad. So next is, in my opinion, one of the coolest features of this gun, and that's modularity. They kind of modeled this after the P320, and what I mean by that is because this has an FCU just like the P320. I'll pop up a picture of the FCU on the screen so you can see what it looks like. And this part is the only part that's serialized, and this is like the heart of the P365. This design makes it so much easier to customize your P365. Because you could buy a grip module or slides or whatever you want online, have it delivered to your house, and you could change the parts out yourself. It's super simple to do this type of stuff. I have videos on my channel if you need a how-to video to swap out the grip module or whatever you need. They even make it pretty simple to change the trigger like I did from the curve to the flat trigger. The other thing that you could do as well is that you could change the normal sized P365 into the P365 XL. So you can have the best of both worlds and only had to purchase one handgun. Me personally, I love this feature about this gun, and I wish more companies would do the same. Now let's talk about how it feels to shoot. It's snappy, but way less snappy than the Glock 43 or the Springfield Hellcat. It's accurate and easy to shoot. It's also really reliable as well. I put over 1,000 rounds through this thing, ranging from 115 to a 147 grain, and that's also a mixture between factory and some reloads. There were times I shot this without cleaning or lubing it from the previous range visit, and it still ran flawlessly. So now let's go over the good and the bad for the P365. The good things to note are it shoots great for its size. It's also not as snappy as you think it would be when compared to its competition like the Glock 43 or the Springfield Hellcat. It's accurate and reliable. It comes with X-ray 3-day night sights. Its size makes it really easy to conceal, and even though it's small, it still feels good in hand. The ammo capacity is great. It's a big plus that right out of the box you can carry a 10+1 in such a small package with the option to buy a 12 or 15 round SIG mag. One of the coolest things about this gun is its modularity. The FCU design makes it really simple to customize all by yourself. Now let's go over the negatives. It comes with a proprietary rail, which isn't great. Doesn't have a physical loaded chamber indicator, and the 12 and 15 round mags are expensive. All that being said, the P365 is a great option for concealed carry, and it scores an 8.0. Guys, if you thought this video was helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Every subscriber helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.